Alright, so like I said, I just want to simply walk through, review everything we've done this week involving quadratic functions. So a quadratic function has two forms. We have standard form and vertex form. Standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We're going to do a lot with standard form next week. Vertex form is the form we've been focusing on this week. It's ax minus h squared plus k. So that minus is part of the formula. That's why when we talk about the vertex, we take the opposite of what's inside. The vertex in vertex form is easily seen. That's where it gets its name from. The axis of symmetry is the line that divides the quadratic into two mirror images. Its equation is always x equals h. Meaning the line will always cross through the vertex. If I ask you to identify it, you need to make sure you have x equals as part of your answer. We have three main types of transformations. Two of them are going to give us key pieces of information about our graph. So a positive a value means that my graph will open up. And have a min. It means my range will always be y greater than or equal to. A negative a value is reflected. The graph opens down like a frown. It will have a max. And my range will be y's less than or equal to. The h value will give me my movement left or right. So h for horizontal, it is the movement left or right. My k value will move my graph up or down. The vertex is the max or min, sometimes known as the turning point. If a quadratic function has a vertex 3, 4, then I know that that vertex tells me my graph has moved right 3 and up 4. Now I have no idea from that vertex The graph could be open down. The graph could be open up. We can't tell that from a vertex. It could be wide. It could be narrow. So again, you can't tell anything from the vertex except for that it is the turning point of the graph. Find the equation of the parabola in vertex form. So you're given the vertex, that is an h comma k, a point, that is an x comma y. So I can use hk and xy to find a. So we're going to plug into y equals a x minus h squared plus k to solve for a. So we have 3 equals a, 1 minus 1/4 squared minus 3/2. So again, that 1/4 and negative 3/2, just looking at that, I know that that tells me my graph is down 3.5 and it moved right 1/4. What we want to do now is find out what the a value did. So order of operations says simplify inside the parentheses first. So 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. 3/4 squared is 9/16. Then we're going to add 3/2. So 3 plus 3/2. If you give a common denominator, would be 4.5, which is the same as 9/2. To get rid of the division or the fraction, we can multiply by its reciprocal. And what that's going to do is cancel the 16 and 9 on the right, cancel the 9s on the left. We end up with 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So that means that this graph is stretched by 8. It's open up. It has a min, and its equation is y equals 8. X minus 1/4 squared minus 3/2. So that pretty much summarizes everything we know about graphing a quadratic with vertex form, writing its equations, etc. So that's what I want you to review. For the last 3 problems, they probably need to go on the back page. But what you need to do is look at these graphs and treat them like these problems here, where you want to identify your vertex and identify a point and then find a. So it says what quadratic function models each graph. So you need to be able to get the equation using a point and a second point to find your a, and then get your y equals equation. Okay? So you're doing the front and back of those 2 pages after our review page.